Heidi ho, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of GG Over Easy podcast. Today, it's a spooky one.
Episode 10. What episode is it, Rob?
I think 7. I think.
107
Or are we on 106 in Park?
106 in Park tonight.
I don't know. Let me see.
I thought this was episode 666.
Oh,
that's
right.
right.
We're 106 in Park. We are actually
106. Ooh.
Oh.
This is our unofficial. Well, I mean, I guess it's the official Halloween episode.
We have spooky ghosts.
We have
joining us.
we have Fruit, who is dressed as Bless, who is dressed as that.
Whoa!
For this Halloween episode.
It's meta. On layers. It's like an onion.
Well, that's a really good Bless costume.
That mask was great, but that Bless costume is even better.
You know how much this was on eBay? At least $2.
No.
Oh, you're worth more than that, Bless.
Maybe $2.99 with tax.
That's much closer. That's much closer. That's much closer.
So Bless is joining us this week. Mr. Fruit is taking a well-deserved week off.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Do you know what's spookier than seeing a black cat on Halloween? It's shaving your balls with anything other than Manscaped. When it comes to below-the-waist grooming, there is no need to carve your pumpkins with this Halloween because Manscaped is here to upgrade your grooming experience. Go from a bite-sized candy bar to a king-sized candy bar and join the 2 million men worldwide by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG. There is nothing more terrifying than trimming yourself with something other than Manscaped. Trust me, I would know, but thankfully I don't need to know anymore because I got Manscaped. Unlock your confidence with the Performance Package 4.0. Inside, you'll find the holy grail of men's grooming items. They've made it easy for you to upgrade your grooming routine. It's a full moon out there, and the werewolf in your pants is howling. It's time to tackle that problem with the Lawnmower 4.0. So, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweenie at Manscaped. Once again, good health starts with good habits. Quip makes it easy by delivering all the oral care essentials you need to care for your mouth. Plus, they give you rewards while you do it. I'm currently saving up my points right now to get myself some discounts on some nice things. The Quip Electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths. On top of your brushing, you can upgrade your Quip with the new Smart Motor. To track and improve your brushing with the free Quip app, you can earn up amazing rewards like free refills, products, Target gift cards, and more. Maybe I'll try and get a Target gift card for Sydney then. In addition to brush heads, Quips also delivers fresh floss, toothpaste, mouthwash, gum refills every 3 months from $5. Shipping is free. You can also save money and skip the hustle and bustle of in-store shopping. If you go to getquip.com/GG right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That's the first refill for free at getquip.com/GG. Spelled GETQUIP.com/GG. Quip, the good habits company. We're 106. Anything fun or exciting? So this was the episode we were going to catch up on Pateron questions because I think it's been about 2 weeks since we've done Pateron questions because we just talk too much and don't actually get to the Pateron questions in time.
Every single time.
Is there anything we want to touch on before we actually move on to the Pateron questions, though? Anything we think is noteworthy?
So I did want to ask because I think we kind of go over this roughly, but I want to know what you guys are doing for Halloween because I'm not crazy big into Halloween. I mean, I'm pretty big into Halloween, not as big as other people, but like, what is your Halloween plan? What do you guys usually do every Halloween?
Every Halloween? Oh, that's tough.
I don't know. It depends. Like normally I have friends who do a Halloween party, but I don't think they're doing one this year.
Shout out COVID.
Because of COVID and stuff. So
maybe we forgot what Halloween is like because the past 2 years we haven't had Halloween.
So like I used to be like super into Halloween. But I think this year Sydney and I are just taking because Sydney's mom's birthday was like a couple days ago, or I think yesterday. So we're gonna go to like a concert like that's local and kind of outdoors, and we're just gonna hang out with her. That's on,
so nice.
And then we'll just hang out on Halloween, probably nothing crazy because I think it's Sunday, so football games. So
yeah, true. For me, I with Sophie, if this was normal, we'd probably go to like a karaoke bar for like Halloween and like dress up or whatever. And yeah, I love Halloween personally, just because it's just like it takes me back to being a kid,
Spooky.
and it's spooky. But this year, I one of my Memphis buddies is putting together a small get together, a Halloween party that's Marvel themed, and I'm going as and so I spent a whole $15 on my costume, and it arrives tomorrow.
All out?
All out, and I'm going as the best X-Man.
Oh, you said this.
Oh, you're going as you're going as Yingling.
Yes, Yingling the X-Man.
Oh, he's
That
my
is
favorite.
my favorite one.
He's my favorite.
No, I'm going as Scott Summers, aka Cyclops.
Oh,
See, if you just said like the first name, I wouldn't have known who that was.
I know. No one likes Scott Summers, man.
everyone just like
two-
yeah.
I mean, the movies didn't do him very good.
If you don't-
thousand
you know what?
movies ruined Cyclops.
They really did. He was a man totem for Gene.
Yeah.
To be honest, he was a man totem.
Yeah,
yeah, he was just kind of there.
yeah.
Sickest ability too. Like,
Isn't that sick of an ability though?
absolutely.
It's kinetic
Laser-
damage. Yeah.
He's got like sick. Well, like in the. I'm probably biased because in the shows, right? I thought he was sick. Obviously,
in the
Wolverine is my
90
favorite.
in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, but in
He
the
was
90s
sick.
cartoon, he was dope. He was like basically the leader, or sub leader, But like he was, they represented him as like a captain, and he was sick. He was tactical. His laser beams were sick. And then I love Marvel vs. Capcom, and Cyclops is so cool
He
in
was
Marvel
the
vs.
face
Capcom.
of Marvel at a point. He was that like so. Yeah. Like there was a crescendo of like how cool Cyclops was, and it's like as soon as the 2000s Marvel movies came out and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, just Cyclops just went.
That's when you had to sell.
that-
Marvel
if you
save
were-
Cyclops.
Yeah, but
You're pretty bullish on Cyclops now. You're saying
I'm all in. I'm investing in Cyclops. I give it about 10 years, and Insomniac will make Scott Summers the game.
okay.
So you're like investing in Cyclops because he's going to be the new Amazon of comic book characters, movie wise, is what you're thinking.
Yeah, 1000%. So I did some fan casting for the new upcoming MCU X-Men movie, and this is my casting. Cyclops is going to be played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, but he already did Mysterio. So
Yeah, but look at Chris Evans and look at someone else. Look at
You're
Josh
saying like this
Brolin.
is the role that breaks him out of that kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, look at Josh Brolin. He's like what, 2 characters in the MCU?
I'm gonna be honest. I heard him in Dune the other night. I was like, Thanos.
Dude, your mom.
And then I would love to see Matt Berry as Beast. Those are my 2.
Matt
fans.
Berry would be a really good beast. Oh my god.
Matt Berry is he talks like this, and he's from What We Do in the Shadows on FX, and it's a vampire.
Great show, by the way.
It's an amazing show. I didn't see the latest episode yet, but yeah, I think he would be so cool as Beast.
I agree.
What are you doing for Halloween, Blue?
Well, before I would usually go out. Last summer or last Halloween it was kind of hot, so I just didn't care. But it's gonna be really cold this Halloween, so I might go out.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'll just like whip up a couple spooky movies and just kind of vibe. I used to go out all the time for Halloween. I used to like be a fiend for making costumes, and I just haven't done it in a couple years. Might do it this time. Might do it this year. It's gonna be
Good
nice
for
and
you.
cold.
Are you gonna be watching Hellraiser?
I don't know. Usually I let other people
Is that the-
queue up the movies.
Is that the
for me.
movie with like the dude who has like pins in his head?
Yeah.
and
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
That guy's scary.
He's spooky. He's great.
I've never
You know,
seen that movie.
First 2 movies, actually, if you go back and watch it, those movies scared me as a kid. But going back, they're not too scary anymore. And as you go through the movies, like Harry Cavill starred as one. I think it's like one of his first like roles in like Hellraiser 7 or whatever. But they get
Hellraiser
worse
7.
and worse and worse and worse and horrible and horrible and worser. And so, but it's like so.
What's
cool.
the latest one to come out?
I think like they're making a new one where Pinhead is female. I might be wrong, or I might be confusing with Megan Thee Stallion going as Pinhead to Halloween. I'm pretty sure like they're making the new Cenobite is going to be female. I don't know. I think I saw that somewhere.
Interesting.
Dude,
I need to see I need to watch the first one at least.
The first two are
100%
cool,
recommend.
and
Yeah, they were
I
good.
think like those two movies together kind of complete it, and then they just go off the deep end.
Pew! Just like Cyclops.
I feel like that's what happens with most horror movies.
I mean, Jason did, go not only
Go to
hell,
space.
but space, yeah. Killing Busta Rhymes.
I've still never even watched anything
That's
past like the originals, and
it's
I
a
feel
bad movie.
so. I feel like my perception of the legacy is not nearly as bad. So I might be lucky in that regard. Bless.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you for a sec. Now,
Uh-oh.
for those of you that don't know, Bless is also a podcast owner on the Cosmic Couch. Now, I wanted to touch on this for a second because you're a great podcast host, and it's great seeing Shark and a Boo Time Joey get to vibe out.
Official podcast of the Raiders, I heard.
Official podcast of the Raiders. I'm a Vikings fan, personally.
Okay.
I was curious what sparked you three specifically starting to podcast. Like, what made you interested in, like, I really want to do a podcast with these two people?
I always so I did Rust with Shark a lot, and so in Rust it's just hours of just
RP.
like bullshitting. It
Those were
really
great
is.
times. Oh, I remember those times with Rennie. Oh,
Yeah.
great times.
And there was just a part where like Shark and I were just talking for an hour, and then we were like, we're just gonna upload this to YouTube and call it a podcast. And then that's how it happened. And then I think it was like I think in that, like, Joey just happened to be in like around, and we're like, yo, Joey, get in Discord. We're just gonna chill and talk. And like that's how it just started. Yeah. It's just
That's cool.
bullshitting in Rust. Yeah.
It's kind of what I thought about when we kind of started the podcast here.
That's how
just
every
talk.
great podcast starts. Everyone just shitting.
Just shitting in Rust, of course.
Well, dang, dude. That's tight. I mean, I don't think there's anything else we really have on the schedule. Quite honestly, we are behind on Pateron Questions.
Yeah, so we are gonna, because the last one I'm gonna start on is on October 10th, and that was about 3 weeks ago.
Man,
we're
I was
gonna
13.
shotgun these. You were 13. So Bless. Obviously, you've been here before. Give us your all. Don't hold back.
Okay.
Give us your bukkake takes. All right.
Oh,
Someone's looking
you
that
just
up.
want me to let you have it.
Let us have
Okay,
it.
Feels says, now that all three of you have some experience with MMOs, what games or game franchises would you welcome for an MMO of?
Oh.
So like what MMOs would we try?
Like a genre of like an MMO that you would like he says here for like Mr. Fruit would like to see like a League MMO or something like that.
That'd be
I
So
thought that was confirmed.
Yeah, they are making
that's
a
what
league
they
MMO.
say. Yeah.
Or is it? Well, they I think they've just touched on it. I know we're getting the League ARPG. Is it like an MMO? But
a
whatever.
Destiny MMO, like a true like
Yeah, that would be
first-person
sick.
shooter MMO.
Still
Like,
waiting on that.
What,
Yeah,
that was
that
supposed
would
to
be
be
cool.
Overwatch originally.
Yeah.
That's
sad.
right. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was supposed to be World of Warcraft with guns.
That would have been sick. I mean, it wouldn't have been sick because Blizzard sucks, but originally it probably would have been sick.
Yeah, I still remember like playing over. Like I remember like watching like Mr. Fruit videos because he had access to the PTR with Overwatch in like 2016, 2017, and like being
so
so
long ago.
jealous because I didn't have like a PC that could work like that. I just had a Mac, and Overwatch is legit because it was way before Destiny 2 came to PC. Is legit why I got a PC. That's a fun fact. And I
too.
remember Rhab followed me on Twitch while I was playing Console Watch, and I felt so ashamed at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like,
That's when I followed you?
Console Watch. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have done that now.
I'm taking that back.
I would love I think I just want like a third person shooter MMO. I love third person shooters, and we haven't gotten like I guess you have like Planet Side kind of, but like I'm thinking more like modern MMO standards of third person shooter, just anything. I would love Metal Gear Solid MMO.
Oh, that'd be
MMO.
cool. I would love a Pokemon one. Like I know that there was like some fan games that were like Pokemon MMOs, but those get shut down within a month, you know. And I would love to see a true blue one.
I don't think they would ever make it, unfortunately, because I think they just make so much money off of new installments every year. So,
well, I hope that maybe they would hand it off to maybe, you know, like a 10 cent or something like they did Unite, and like, hey, you know, consult with us once a month and you do you, like how they do with Niantic, you know.
one day, baby, one day.
One day it'll come.
Got the next question here from Sir Harmonic. Says, if you could time travel, but it's only one-way ticket, where would you go? Somewhere in the past or the future? I think I'd want to see the Wild West, and I'll just accept the non-existent healthcare so I can yeehaw on my horse. I would go back to where Doge was first created.
It always comes back to beating capitalism.
Because it's not that far, you know what I mean? It's not that far gone. It's maybe 2 years, and I can make a lot of changes in 2 years, and
That's
then also
true.
just know that my Doge in 2021 is gonna pop off. And it doesn't even have to be that big an investment. Like if I just put 10K into Doge when it first came out, and then it gets to 10 cents. Like, come on.
Or you could just wait till it hit that 56 cent peak.
Yeah, like right before SNL, and then sell.
Oh yeah, like right before SNL, like as soon as it goes on air, sell. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish I sold then.
You still in?
Still holding. I don't check on it at all. You know, I just wait for the tweets just to see it rise, and then that's when I'm like, all right, it's $1. All right, goodbye, Doge.
It's not $1. What about you, Blue?
I'd probably go back to like my early 20s, and like, I think like everyone spends their 20s like, I'm not that depressed, and then they finally like really like get antidepressants. They're like, holy shit, I was really depressed. So like I would probably like 21, man. Back to like 21, because I didn't know how antidepressants were just life changing until around that, until like my mid 20s, to be honest. So I was like, you know what? I would go back to where I was.
No,
Yeah.
You know?
I had to get nerfed because, man, I would have shut down the fucking world if I had antidepressants back then.
Oh my god.
What about you, Bless?
You know, I actually, I think like everyone kind of thinks this at a certain point, but you know, like I'm gonna be that guy that's lame, but like, you know, you can't go back in time, IRL or forward. You know, you're stuck in the
Lame,
present.
boo.
I know, and
Very Marty McFly of you.
For me, it's just like, you know, I've had ups and downs in the past, but hey, I'm me.
That's exactly what a guy with a time machine would say.
You know what? Maybe the lesson is that we didn't need to go back in time.
Time was with us all along.
We have a question from Mr. Slippy Fist. What's a hill you're willing to die on 1,000% of the time?
Star
That
Fox
Destiny
4.
2 would be better without PvP.
Oh sheesh! Oh wow.
Let them know, dude. Let them know.
Oh, whoa! That got me thinking about life. I would say Star Fox 64 is the best aged N64 game.
I feel like that's not like the hardest hill to die on. Although
Mario
you would
Party
probably...
1 or 2, though, bro, is
2
have aged pretty well.
Oh yeah, 2 had the cool outfits though. I hope there's outfits in the new one today.
I think there is.
Oh, don't say that. Don't get my hopes up.
I don't... What's a hill? I have probably a lot of hills I'm willing to die on.
Just think of a Destiny one, dude. You'll find one.
I don't know. I guess the hill I'm willing to die on is... Live service games are the worst thing to happen to video games. Honestly,
Marvel
like
Avengers is the best game ever made.
Like you're
I feel
saying
like-
subscription fee type games, Blue?
no, subscription fees are fine. MMOs are MMOs. Like the whole point is that they come out with many patches.
You're saying like a Warzone kind of thing?
I hate that, like, yeah, like live service, like Destiny, like Division, Marvel's Avengers.
Because it gives
not
excuses
anymore,
to
correct?
put out shitty games and just be like, we'll fix it.
It's like the slow trickle of content to before MMOs were just like, yeah, we'll just like do big expansions and then like patches with big content that we've prepared.
Yeah, and
Whereas
like those patches would come out like every 3 months.
yeah, and it wasn't like, oh, it wasn't an advertisement. It was just, oh, that's an MMO. And then like live service just turned into, oh, we'll do that, but we'll do it in our own way. And it's like, this shit sucks. I hate it here.
I think Marvel's Avengers is like the worst live service experiment ever, and I'm not trying to dog on the devs or any like any person there, but like you had a story that was decent, like that actually got you involved, and then all of a sudden these live service things come into it. We're like, hey, you have to play with this, you have to get this XP, and then like the gear you get in that game is like upgrading Hulk's rib cage or Captain or Miss Marvel's cape or and like it would be so cool to like, hey, you actually get like this gauntlet for Hulk, right? And you see it, right? Like in Destiny or WoW or anything. But they were so concerned about making money that there was like, no, costumes are locked to paid only. And that is the worst thing. And so like why would you go and grind loot just for an invisible rib cage that you'll never see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm very passionate.
Microtransactions suck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Reacher says, what's a good theme song for your life? I think the Cheers theme song.
Oh my god.
You want to be where somebody knows your name.
Yeah, that is comforting.
And it is nice to be around a place where people know your name and you're in your safe space. So I would say that. 'Cause that's where I'm like my happiest and shit.
I would
I'm gonna
say
hit you
the
with something.
90s X-Men animated series theme.
Oh, that shit slaps. I sing this song a lot, like passively. I feel like it's my screensaver. Dude, that song's "Sucking on My Titties" by Peaches.
Oh my god!
Calling me, wanting me. All this.
I remember hearing that in 7th grade. Like,
wanting me.
It was what Jackass 2.
Like, I am not supposed to be listening to this.
I remember like convincing my parents to rent Jackass, and like then that comes on, sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me, and I'm like, oh, turn it down, like, yeah.
That's my brain screensaver. So that's my theme song.
Screensaver.
I walk into a club, that song plays right behind me.
I would like to change mine to Safe and Sound by yeah.
Safe and Sound. We have a question from Classy. I'm assuming at least one of you guys have seen the episode of Middle Ground by a channel called Jubilee on YouTube. They take two people of two opposite sides of topics and sit them down for a civil discussion. If you have, what are some of your favorite videos of the series? I've never seen that. I don't know what that is.
My wife watched that a bunch, and some of the topics got so crazy, and I was like, "This is just not."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to spend my free time listening to people debate, unless it's like sports.
See, it's not really debating. So the reason I stopped watching Middle Ground is because like every single time, on like really like
the hot button topic,
but like even like. A homophobe talks to a gay guy or something, right? And like every single time, like the clearly reasonable side is like, hey, like this is just kind of how, like, there's scientifically, like, this is just how I am, and like it's peaceful. But then like by the end, the guy's like, oh well, that's just my opinion, and like you should respect it. I'm like, what the?
That's my opinion, but
you fucking suck, and I hate you. So Middle Ground
you just leave angry, like
Middle Ground never solves anything because like the opinions never actually change. Like sometimes they do, but like what side is right when you start it, and it's like by the end
other
of
side
it,
is just like, I'm still doubling down.
Yeah, but by the end of it, the other side is like, I mean, I see where he's coming from, but also like I'm still a homophobe. Shout out to my environmental way I was raised.
So they'll have like climate change versus like someone who doesn't think climate change is real, all the way to like that.
Yeah. I would say one of my favorite TikToks is this user called Cart Narcs. So he sits in parking lots of like grocery stores or malls, and he'll like flag down people that don't take their cart back, and he'll challenge them to like do it back. And they always like double down, like, well, I'll tell you what, that's my freedom to do this. It's my opinion.
Wait,
I'm gonna leave it
for
there.
real?
Yeah, it's real, and I love it, and I love it. And so it escalates. And so the reason why I'm bringing that up is because even if someone's like, well, technically you gave me all the facts, and yes, I'm a shitty person.
Yep.
This is my freedom.
That's right. That's always always what happens. That's a nice argument you have there. Unfortunately, I'm a free motherfucker.
Freedom!
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great, man. That's great.
And then that usually proceeds to, them calling the cops and be like, I'm getting harassed by this person.
Like, hey, dude, you could have just put the card away, man. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, man, like, it's pretty easy. Like, no one's going to fault you for it, big guy, if you just put the card away. In fact, that would have been great.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ricardio the Heart says, all right, guys, Sakurai has decided to add the three of you to the Smash roster. What would your final Smash be, and who's your character you'd want to fight? I like to fight Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Just because it's like, beating him in Kingdom Hearts,
Is
beating
that
him
your
in
final Smash? Fight Sephiroth?
Yeah. Oh, no, but like they're saying, who would you like to fight against? I don't know, like, what my final Smash would be. I don't know, maybe I turn into my giant knight character, and then I'm like him for like 10 or 15 seconds, and I'm like Omega buffed.
If I could be one character, it'd be the announcer.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I would like to be able just to like say game early and then make Mr. Game and Watch lose every match.
See what you did there.
Yeah. I'm still salty about Mr. Game and Watch.
God. My character would obviously be my penguin. That'd be a great Smash character.
That'd be cool.
I feel like, who would I want to fight? I'm gonna fight everyone. I'm gonna beat the shit out of everyone. I don't care who it is.
Right?
Everyone. I beat the shit out of everyone, dude.
What's your final Smash?
My final Smash would be like what's my final Smash? My final Smash would be like some eco-positive final Smash where I take you into simulate global warming, and you just insta die.
Whoa. That's dark.
Yeah, well, we live in a dark society.
We live in a society.
I love that. That's like instead of we live in a society, it's like the more grim version. We live in a dark society.
Society is fucking crazy, dude. We live in a dark society.
Next question is from BlueWestlo.
Hey.
Says, I don't know if this has been asked before, but have you heard of Avatar: The Last Airbender tabletop RPG? If so, thoughts? I know Mr. Fruit backed it.
Yeah, he talked about it. I don't know much about it.
I wasn't a big fan of the James Cameron film.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I did say The Last Airbender.
Oh
so.
my god. I don't know
I
much
never
about
watched
it.
Avatar. I apologize. I never watched Avatar.
Wait, really? Plus, you've never seen Avatar?
No, it was after.
You seem like you would be an Avatar.
So I was born in
watcher.
'90, so that was after my gen. I think. I don't know.
It was a little bit.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're like 5 years older than us. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, no, but I'm sure you never watched.
There's a
Alan
big difference
Chicken.
between 13 and 8, you know?
What do you... I guess so.
Like a
You
13-year-old's
I
not
guess so.
watching Nickelodeon. Unless he's watching MTV.
I mean, I was watching Cartoon Network at 13.
I was watching Cartoon Network, but like, I think there was a phase where like, oh, Nickelodeon's not cool. I watched Disney
Babies.
Channel and Cartoon Network and VH1. I loved the '80s and '90s. Yeah,
I love the 80s. 3D.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, I love the '80s. Next topic,
3D.
George Michael. Yeah, so George.
Yeah, I like George.
Like Michael Ian Black just being like, yeah, George is cool.
Some guy named Rob. Oh, says a question for
Oh.
Mr. Fruit. So we'll just sorry.
Sorry.
Sharkboy97 with a question says, "What is the best time you rickrolled someone or someone rickrolled you? One year on my birthday, my siblings, I have 5, rickrolled me instead of singing Happy Birthday."
Probably the D's Nuts Online.
That
It's
is
still
pretty good.
that's still me and Sammy's greatest work. I don't think anytime I think
you
about
put a lot of work into that.
we put a lot of work into that. Every time I think of it, I just think of the DNO thing. So that's probably my answer.
I'm trying to think of like an instance I actually like used the Rick Roll video. I don't think I've ever Rick Rolled somebody, but I think I've been Rick Rolled, and it was like on Reddit, and it was like one of the #1 posts, and it was like YouTube DMCA'd Rick Astley on his own video, and it was like check it out. Yeah, and so I clicked it, and like I got Rick Rolled because I thought Rick Rolled got DMCA'd.
I think when I used to work in radio, I would always manually plug in Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, and so I guess maybe.
Oh, you were just always rickrolling people.
Yeah. So you know how people say maybe it's Maybelline, maybe it's just Rick Astley.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Good health starts with good habits. Quip makes it easy, and by delivering all oral care essentials you need to care for your mouth. The Quip electric toothbrush is loved by over 7 million mouths and has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist recommended 2-minute clean, a lightweight and sleek design for adults and kids, with no wires or bulky chargers to weigh you down, a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter, and so much more. One of the things I'm trying to save up with my points is a $5 Target e-gift card. You can earn daily rewards just by brushing your teeth. Twice a day, you can earn bonus points for challenges like streaks, redeem points for Quip and Quip rewards, $5 refill credits and discounts, free Quip products and discounts, and so much more. If you get to quip.com/GG right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That's your first refill for free at getquip.com/GG, spelt GETQUIP.com/GG. Quip, the good habits company. MeUndies is here with the softest and stretchiest undies in the game so you can be ready for seconds and thirds. I'm always rocking my MeUndie briefs. They hug and feel tight in all the right places, and they're super soft. With adventurous prints to choose from and plenty of ways to match everyone in your family, give your gratitude some attitude this Thanksgiving season with MeUndies. They have undies and loungewear made out of soft, breathable, stretchy fabrics that are perfect for everything from pre-dinner activities to post-dinner naps. Seriously, you won't even care if the turkey's a little bit dry. With these undies this comfortable. Available in sizes extra small through 4XL in tons of styles, prints, and fabrics, MeUndies has a little bit of something for everybody. MeUndies is offering our listeners, for anytime first purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. MeUndies also has a promise. If you're not 100% satisfied of any product for any reason, you can return your order for a full refund within 45 days. To get 15% off your order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/GG. That's MeUndies.com/GG. Do you know what's spookier than seeing a black cat on Halloween? It's shaving your balls with anything that's not Manscaped. When it comes to below-the-waist grooming, there's no need to carve your pumpkins this Halloween because Manscaped is here to upgrade your grooming experience. Go from a bite-sized candy bar to a king-sized candy bar and join the 2 million men worldwide by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG. You guys do not want to hear the horror stories that is basically my preteen to teen years without having Manscaped. It's terrifying out there. So save yourself by getting Manscaped. Their finely tuned pube products feature a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is easily the greatest ball trimmer on the planet. Oh, and did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? So, what are you waiting for? Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweenie with Manscaped.
Damn.
Damn. Next question is from Ian2. What are your recommendations for making friends in MMOs or in general? I've noticed that the outside of a very small friend group, I have to play most online games alone, and I just hate it. I've tried playing New World alone for some time, and honestly, in my opinion, it sucks. But MMOs are designed to be played with friends, so I might be biased. I had the same problem with Final Fantasy XIV, but the story kept me interested.
Honestly, the best way to make friends is to be genuinely interested in doing like the content that requires you to have friends.
Yeah.
like I couldn't do Final Fantasy's hardest stuff. Like I couldn't do Ultimate with my friends because Ultimate just requires you to be requires time and dedication to like knowing your job. And like not everyone has that time. Other people want to play other games. So like I would just use the tools given to me and seeked out, you know, public opportunities, seeked out statics. So like if you really want to do content, like you can, you just have to like you have to put yourself out there. Promise. I trust you. Oh, wait, no. I trust. I promise you, it's not that bad. People will help you learn. So, as far as New World, I don't know. I can't give you advice on how to make friends in New World.
Yeah. I really can't help with the New World thing. Well, pretty much what just Blue echoed. Just really be interested. You know, if you have to do a dungeon, sit in front of a dungeon and then just kind of say like you're looking for a group. Chances are other people are looking
Yeah.
for a group too.
Yeah, and then use like recruiter discords. If you see like, man, I would love to do Savages. Like, be like, hey, go to like Google like recruiter Discord for my data center, and like you'll find. Trust me, you can do social content, and you can finish it. I believe.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead, Bless.
all I was gonna say is, like, I did a lot of stuff solo in Destiny 1 and 2, and granted that if I really wanted to like reach out to people, I would, and of course I would always have like kind of like chat, being able to help me out with some things. But for me, it's just like before streaming and everything, I would just go in on voice chats, and granted this isn't, or even in World of Warcraft, I would go into like Ventrilo servers and I would just meme, have fun, and just be like me. And I meme, and I guess just be yourself. Try to put yourself out there.
I agree. The counselor asks, very sane question here. Would you rather be stabbed completely through the hand by a knife or completely submerge your junk in boiling water for a whole second?
Yeah, I'm getting stabbed through the hand.
And
yeah, dude, like you got to think like the tip that's going to hurt and do a lot of damage. Like at least if I get stabbed through the hand, I can get surgery, right? Like
yeah, like directly through, not the end of the world. But like you boil your junk, that's probably permanent damage.
That's permanent. Like you might not have kids.
Yeah, and I just don't want it to hurt when I pee. Valden Razor says, my question is for Blue this week. I want to get into Final Fantasy, the MMO version, but I have a laptop and was wondering if it could still work. It's not a gaming laptop, but it's able to run Phasmo and Apex with low-tier graphics, so I was curious if it would be able to run. What are the required systems and able to run? Sorry for the long question.
I think you could probably run it fairly decently at lowest settings. People run it on some pretty low ass settings. If you can run like Apex, then you could probably run Final Fantasy. I would double check the specs, like minimum spec requirements on like the website. But I imagine you could probably do it. Like, I don't think it would be that. Yeah, if you can run Apex, you can run Final Fantasy.
Agreed. Yeah.
Stendren asks, do you guys have a worst or most embarrassing Halloween costume?
I went as Prince's one year.
Who?
Prince.
But you were embarrassed by that?
No. I was dating this girl at the time, and her parents were very not K Kona, but maybe J Kona, and just right there. And I remember like they didn't perm my hair, but put my hair in like curlers, and they were so ashamed of me. They're like, why couldn't you have gone to something like Macho Man Randy Savage? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I was like, oh, man, I love Prince.
But like that wasn't your worst or most embarrassing costume.
It was embarrassing to be around them as Prince.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't think I have an embarrassing one.
Yeah, all my costumes have been bangers. Like I don't really think...
I wouldn't call them my bangers, but I definitely like I went so far away from like all my costumes were like so far away from human that it was hard for me to be embarrassed. Yeah.
Yeah. Angel says, "Do you think we will ever see a TCG that has cards projected on a table or a stage, and the
Man,
projections
I
fight each other?"
fucking wish, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh would be litty.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff. Like I tried the Microsoft HoloLens like a couple years ago, and that was like augmented reality, and that shit was crazy.
Whatever happened to that?
I don't know, dude. I was blown away by it. I walked out of there going like, okay, that's the future. Like I really did. Like there was like you'd put the glasses on and there was like a Spartan walking on the table in front of you, and then like the map would show up and like it was insane. I don't know why nothing came of that. I would think by now we would all be wearing glasses.
So you're saying that Facebook now Meta is the future?
If that's what they're working on, bro, augmented reality, yes.
I want to get some Sweet Baby Rays just to put it over there, but I forgot to grab it. I don't know if you saw that, like Zuckerberg in that thing.
I did not watch any of that.
Well, he put Sweet Baby Rays on a bookshelf.
What are Sweet Baby Rays?
Barbecue sauce.
That's weird.
To go back to the question, I don't think we'll actually get like projected things onto physical stuff. Like I think that our best bet would be VR, like throwing on some glasses and then like I don't know, like dueling Yu-Gi-Oh style. That would be
Creed.
amazing.
Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed. I wonder what that does. I feel like VR is the future of that. And I mean, VR is not exactly growing like as quickly as, I think a lot of people want it to, but I think that's probably our closest future. And I don't think it's like that far out, to be honest.
Really? I think we won't see that stuff till we're like in our 60s or 70s.
No, I think we'll probably, I think earliest we'll see it in the next 10 years of more sophisticated VR tech.
Treyborn says, "Are any of you interested in playing the new Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles fighting game? Cop or drop?" I'm just not into fighting games. It's a drop.
I've had so many of those shonen arena fighters, and it looks cool, but like fundamentally, it doesn't look like crazy different to me from what I did see. So like, will I try it? No, because I've played all those games a million times before, quite honestly. Maybe I'm wrong.
And Bless, you said pass?
Yeah, pass for me. I love Demon Slayer, but I played Naruto and Dragon Ball games in the 2000s too much, and
Yep.
same formula.
Little Johnny Boy, with Halloween coming up, if you could dress up as anyone, who would you want to dress up as?
Scott Summers.
Ted Lasso.
Yep. Oh, Ted Lasso's a good one. I don't really like dressing up as people. I like having straight up like cosplay outfits. If I did cosplay someone, if I could pull it off, it'd be Thancred from Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Shadowbringers Thancred. I'd like to cosplay as Daddy Thancred, not Beta Thancred.
Patty says, "Thoughts on Tangled Shore being sunsetted in Destiny 2?"
That game sucks donkey dick.
Yeah, I literally don't care what they do. What does that mean though for the game?
That just means most of the Forsaken DLC is
Forsaken's getting sunset.
Gone. And I think like people are upset because I think that was one of the I loved Forsaken. I really did love Forsaken. I remember being blown away by like Dreaming City. So I guess that just means Dreaming City, Tangled Shore, all that stuff.
Well, Dreaming City's staying.
Oh, then I think people are blowing it out of the water. Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad, but I am really tired of them getting rid of old things. Because, like, quite honestly, man, no one is getting rid of old things at the rate Destiny 2 is. And like they're like, well, we have to do it, and it's like, okay, well, if you have to do it, like maybe like find a solution to where you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
I'm just,
that's what I don't. I'm not a game dev or anything, but I just don't understand why like we have to do it. I mean, I get that they don't want to be like Warzone and have your entire PS5 loaded onto one game, but
I mean, I'm not a game dev either, but like they're the only ones who are doing it, so I'm a little tired of it, to be
yeah.
honest.
Well, Bungie does have that like we're Bungie, we'll do everything ourselves. We are the forerunners. I'm like, no, just
For the
calm the
gamers.
ego, calm the ego.
We have a I think this is just a comment. It says the dick. Yo, Rob, Puke and Rally is some real shit. Sorry for the drunk message, but thanks to all you three for the content and helping me get through some tough shifts at work.
Oh,
You're welcome.
the amount
dude.
of
It is
times,
real.
the amount of times I get people telling me like, hey, in Final Fantasy specifically, they're like, hey, dude, love the GGZ podcast. Like, you guys helped me get through it. I'm just like, bro, I love you.
You helped me get through it.
We're here because of you.
Yeah.
So we love and appreciate you.
Free Will says, Blue, do you plan on streaming any of the Diamond and Pearl remakes?
Yeah, I think so. Well, so the shitty thing is that Diamond and Pearl comes out at the same day as Endwalker Early Access. So if Endwalker servers are like pooping, I'll probably stream Diamond and Pearl
In the loading room for
in the loading room. It just sucks because like normally I would just straight up like if it was just coming out by itself, no other like even if it was other releases, I would just be playing Pokemon for like several weeks, streaming every day for several weeks, right? Because it's a new Pokemon game. But because Final Fantasy's coming out, it's gonna be hard for me to juggle, and I hate it. So I'll definitely be streaming. I still haven't figured out my battle plan, to be honest.
We have a question from Oki Roki. Says, greetings, first time supporter. I've always been interested in Mr. Fruits and the Dream Team's subscriber locations. Personally, listening from Mallorca, Spain, an island in the small archipelago. No one recognizes it, so I'll go ahead and say it's in the same archipelago as Ibiza. What countries outside the U.S. and UK have listeners? Also, much love, Rhab. That's like a Mr. Fruit question, but I know he said like Indonesia, some Brazil, Italy. I could probably get the actual like statistics of like where like our audio listeners are from, and I'm sure Christian actually has the statistics on the YouTube channel. Have you heard of any places, Blue? Like you're like, holy shit, like. I had someone from India come in the chat the other day. That was really cool.
I know India. I think Chile. We've had a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of like cool little places. It just, yeah, I don't know. I'm just so used to so many, like the vast majority being like U.S. and UK.
Yeah.
And when it's like smaller countries, yeah, I mean, I think I have a lot of people from Chile.
We have a question here from Tets. It says, greetings, I'm a new subscriber on the Patreon, and I'm a huge fan of Mr. Fruit and the Dream Team and the Extended Dream Team. Mr. Fruit is my favorite YouTuber, and I'm glad that now I have a job which allows me to support Mr. Fruit by subscribing to the Patreon channel and also buying a content hoodie. I got the pink one because it's fire. Thank you. Now, as for my question, these both go for Fruit and Rhab. I want to get into an MMO. I've tried ESO because I love the world and lore, but their combat was just booty buns. Recently, though, I popped into Fruit's New World streams and caught my attention. My question is the combat in New World good when you're playing? Like, does it actually feel like you're contributing to a fight and there's a lot of fighting in the same enemy? Thank you for your time. In the wars right now, fuck no. Wars are trash. Like, if you go and get to level 60 and you're part of a war, it's literally like people just standing around and their models aren't updating. Amazon right now kind of fumbling the bag. There's a lot of like bugs and glitches, but it does feel like in the terms of combat, like you are doing something if you're fighting like a mob boss or you're doing like portal runs and stuff like that. Or if you're doing like a dungeon. But if you're doing like a big PvP event, say like a war or something like that. I don't know about I think they're called invasions or something like that. I don't necessarily know if those are laggy. But right now, like, the wars are just awful to the point where it's like only your character's moving and everyone else is just like T-posing, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of other ults and stuff. It's not that great right now, I'll be honest with you. But I would still like recommend trying it out and playing it.
Can I say something? Just like a
Yeah.
hot take I have. So I'm not trying to get someone to. I'm not trying to hate on New World at all. But like I think that New World is the new Destiny because
Oh my god.
let me just say I'm about to mute New World on Twitter. All I see is complaints, and like it's like all the Destiny creators went there and it's just complaint city. And I get it. I'm not saying like you can't, express your, your grief or your frustration. However, it is like, oof.
The way I hear people talk about it is definitely very Destiny like.
Yeah.
Like, I just see people like if you ask someone how's New World, like the immediate response is this game fucking sucks. But here I am playing it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ambia Joyer says, what's your guys' opinions on child discipline in the sense of smacking your child with a belt or like a spoon or something like that if they get unruly, and will you guys do this ever to your children? On a different note, what's your top 3 favorite and least favorite Pokemon?
Jesus Christ. What? He's like, hey, how do you feel about beating the shit out of your kids?
Specifically
and
just
also,
because like it was just the wildest 180 ever.
That was a big 180. I think if you have to discipline your kids through physical, like, the contact, if you have to discipline your kids
Resort to that.
through pain, then you've already failed as a parent.
Agreed. You can always talk through something with a child.
The fact that you have to like use physical force is probably evident of the fact that you neglected them emotionally and mentally to the point where now they're here. And so my take is physical contact is never necessary, and if it is necessary, it's because you're the one at fault for it needing to be physical, and no one else. It's not your kid's fault.
Yeah, probably Pokemon 2000. No, exactly what Blue said. I totally 100% agree with that.
I couldn't agree more.
And then so Pokemon 2000.
What was the Pokemon question
Pokemon
again?
What's your top 3 favorite? We'll just do your favorite and least favorite Pokemon.
Oh,
Favorite
just Pokemon or movie.
Yeah, Pokemon movie.
Oh, number 1, the original Pokemon, and then my least favorite is Entei, the Entei one.
Is that 2000?
No, that was the third movie. It was like
I like 2000. 2000 is my favorite, and then I'd probably say my least favorite is the Celebi one.
I never saw that one. I need to watch the new one that's on
least favorite's
Netflix.
the Celebi one. No, how dare you? My favorite is definitely Pokemon 2000. My least favorite is probably that shitty Keldeo movie. I hate that one.
Is that the new one?
No, that was like at this point it's been like 15 years. The Keldeo one, like the stupid the Warrior of Justice or like the Sword of Justice or whatever. That movie sucked.
I liked the one that came out last year, the one before of the remake of the original movie on Netflix that was like all 3D. I liked it personally. I'm a huge James stan. I think James is the best person, and I don't know. It's just like I'm a James stan. Anything with James is number 1.
Let me scroll up here. We have a question from Noah is Gamer. Says, hello, GG Easy, long-time listener, first-time caller. I've been watching the podcast since Legacy and watch every week up to episode 50-ish until I get too busy. However, at the start of the summer, I decided to catch up on the current episodes, and I'm happy to say after 4 months, I have achieved that goal. You guys have come in clutch when I'm walking in classes, and I appreciate that. I've been watching Mr. Fruit since 2014. To put in perspective, I was in 6th grade at the time when I found your D1 videos. And have been watching almost every video since and can catch streams from Rhab and Blue when I can. You have all done so much for me, and I am so grateful for the happiness, joy, and laughter you guys have provided me. You even inspired me to start my own channel on YouTube, something that I've actually enjoyed as a hobby. Here's my question. What advice do you have to developing a community on social platform like YouTube or Twitch? I always hear like be active, post consistently, which I try and do, but wanted to know if there's something in y'all's journey that had specifically stood out to you as a catalyst to your early growth. Love you guys and keep on being awesome.
So I'm gonna be just straight up honest with you. 10% is hard work, dedication, opening yourself to get good luck, making yourself as active as possible so you can like do your thing, or just like having something so unique that people cling to it, right? 90% is luck.
Yeah. And exactly. Like the fact like even like the dream team, like what it became, like the fact that Blue reached out to Christian and then Christian had to even see that and then want to grind with Blue and all that kind of stuff. Like all those things have to come together, you know. Any one of those things go wrong, or like if I'm like, no, I have to do my homework and stuff like that, you know, there's always that. It's all like a lot of it is luck and persistence, but again, you have to put like your lottery ticket in. That's the way I think about it, is whenever you upload a YouTube video or upload some sort of content, you're basically just grabbing a lottery ticket, and sometimes that lottery ticket cashes, but most often they don't. So that's kind of what I like to allude to. Something that sticks out to me is Christian started building off of Reddit and stuff like that. I don't think you can really do that much anymore. I mean, he's shadow banned off of Reddit now. But that's like just kind of shows the grind mentality he had. Was he saw these 60-second reviews get 15, 20K, and then started putting them out anywhere that he could get any sort of traction. And then off of those, he tried to do other kind of funny commentary videos. And then that's when the Dream Team kind of happened. And then not only was he satisfied with the Dream Team when that happened, he was also like, okay, I want to do other sorts of YouTube videos. So he did other stuff. So yeah.
I think the best way to get like early traction is to like do something that you see someone else isn't doing. Like Fruit was making like really funny videos on Destiny because no one else was there's very few people who were trying to do Destiny comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he like that was so, and Destiny was just like a at that time was just like crazy, like people just ate up Destiny content. So he was like right place, right time, right mentality, and to do something you don't see other people are doing, or really focus on making like quality content and being persistent with it. But like all that said, if you make it, it's luck. Like
and that's why like I'm so grateful for the podcast content, the YouTube channel, my stream, and all that kind of stuff, because you guys are the reason why that's even a thing. Because that's why I always say I used all my luck in terms of all this. So after this, I'm the unluckiest person ever. Do you have anything you wanted to say, Bless?
I think you guys covered it. I know for like when I started making videos, I started making videos in 2015, and technically I always tried to throw in like how Rhab would say, a lottery ticket prior. Like I always like uploaded stuff randomly from like 2011 on, and never got any traction. And all of a sudden, like I remember watching Mario Maker videos from like Dashy and Run JD Run, and then and I was making these Mario Maker videos, and they didn't do anything. And then I made a Destiny video and kind of try to make it like a JonTron or Angry Video Game level of like editing, but like incorporate like a Markiplier Mr. Fruit element. And those did well. But I think the reason why they did well is because I was really good at metadata, just because I worked in radio and knew how like search terms really worked. And so I would just like plug a certain weapon over and over and over and over in like the description, the comments, the metadata. And that's how I think I got like a boon to discovery. And then I also like posted all over like Reddit at the time. And I was so quickly shadow banned. Yeah, I think if you post on Reddit, you're more likely going to get shadow banned these days so easily.
Sloths has her question. Says, "What is the one meal that brings you home?" Mine is either Sunday roast or fried green tomatoes.
Gumbo.
Definitely tamales. Tamales take me immediately home.
Probably my mom's chili. I'd say that. Nice, like, warm comfort meal. Sky Cleaner says, like in Squid Games, you three are the last one standing. There can only be one winner. Who would win, and what would you do with the prize money? Jesus Christ.
I would take one for the team.
I don't know. Does Blue win in Squid Games?
I don't want to say I would win.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but I feel like
I think you would have the advantage on me in terms of just like height and just like your reach. Like, yeah, I think you would manhandle me. I'll be kind of quite honest with you. I might have speed, but I don't think that helps me in Squid
I would
Game.
cry doing it.
Like yeah.
Like I would be like, kill us both. I was like, I would be like, kill us both.
But I'm like looking at you. I'm like, pay for Max's surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I would be
you
like,
go.
just kill us both right now. But then Rob would be like, no, kill me.
Yeah. Just make sure Max and Sid are all right. Like, make sure they got what they need. And then you go and dye your hair red, Blue.
Yep.
What would you do with the money then, Blue?
What I did the money? Fucking, I don't know.
It's like what, $34 million, I think.
I buy a house, and then I do this shitty thing, and just start renting property to people. Easy money. I'm set for life, baby.
Brunger asks, are any of you guys religious and have been religious? And if so, what religion are you a part of? And just understand if this is a personal question, if you guys don't want to answer that as well. I'll start, I guess. I wasn't like super, like, we're not super Catholic or anything, but like, I don't know, like, I guess that, but like, I don't go to church and stuff. I'll be real. Like, that's not who I am.
I mean, I was raised very Catholic. And my whole family, for the most part, is pretty Catholic, but I'm not like as religious as them.
Yeah. We're probably in the same boat then.
For me, I was raised Baptist, and people because
what was that? Like,
yeah,
no,
people because I chose the name Blessious because I thought you had to have like a catchy name like Mr. Fruit or Markiplier, and I was like, well,
your
my
name
last
is
name
catchy.
And well, thanks, I appreciate that. I wish I just named. I don't know. Hey, can't change it. But so people always thought that was a religious channel. I'm like, no, it's not. I will say I had like family members like go like ultra religious on me before, and that just took me out. And
Yeah.
bad experiences.
Strachan asks, who do you guys main on Pokemon Unite? God, I forgot about that.
Alolan Ninetales.
Gengar.
Okay, it was Talonflame for a while. And while I do love Charizard, nothing gives me more serotonin than Greninja, so.
Go Sohada asks, what video or videos you guys remember off the top of your head when you had the most fun and the most laughs when recording? The one I laughed the most was the Patiently Stupid when Shark kept drawing the vertical butt.
I think the time I think I was just belly laughing was the Gang Beast videos, and then the Fun Employed videos. Were great. Those are probably my favorites as far as just fun factor.
I liked any of the Jackboxes or Party Animals.
Mm-hmm.
I think Party Animals was legit tears. Was the last time.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say the Party Animals videos.
Party Animals for me. I was lucky to be part of that. I will say, I was always super nervous when I started doing like TTT with you guys. One, because like I had a Scarlet 2i2 interface, and Rob, I know you know what I'm talking about. Just like how it was just corn. It's just
Your
like
mic was so shit too the first time we recorded with you.
yeah, I felt so bad, and I felt like please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to take it, but I was so nervous because I was like, oh, I hope I'm like being like too much or disrespectful or anything, and then you get in Discord and your nerves are going, and then you have the worst microphone in the world and you try to fix it, and then you're like, oh man, I'm like ruining their videos.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, and yeah, I can't express to you how nervous I was.
I remember that video. Question from Lil Risque says, have you guys seen the Uncharted movie trailer? Thoughts or opinions? IMO looks kind of bad, especially with the flying cargo scene. Nathan Fillion is better than Tom Holland. If this has already been discussed, what are some lesser-known YouTube channels you watched? Mine is Internet Historian. Enjoy the GP, Rob. I didn't get to go, sadly. Buying an apartment is quite expensive, so... let me see. What did you think of it, Bless? The Uncharted trailer.
I never played an Uncharted game, really, and I saw the trailer, and I guess it's supposed to be like young, I guess like the young versions of everyone. Mm-hmm. No opinion. To me, it's just like, it's Peter Parker without web abilities as a treasure hunter.
Yeah. With
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
And I think we've talked about it, Blue, right? Last podcast?
God. Yeah, we talked about it. I just don't like that Mark Wahlberg is, once again, playing Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Farnelli asks, are there any college sport teams that you support? No, not really. I'm not really into college sports. I mean, I guess Colorado State, but because I went there and they took my money, but...
Yeah, I'm really not into sports either. Or college sports.
Yeah, college sports.
My best friend went to Penn State University, like main campus, and like right out of high school, I just went right into radio. I was very fortunate to, be hired at 18 in radio, so I didn't have college experiences, and that was the closest thing I got to college experiences, going to visit him. So, Penn State for me, I guess.
The next question here is from Sharkboy97. So since it's almost Halloween, what's a classic horror movie do you think you could survive? Like Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, or Nightmare on Elm Street? I've never, yeah, maybe I could survive Halloween. The only one I'm not surviving that, like, you die for sure is Nightmare on Elm Street. I need my sleep. Like...
Hellraiser for me. I would win.
I don't know what he does, so...
So his whole thing is pain equals pleasure, I guess. Like, so I would just compliment him to death, and he would die instantly. I'd be like, "Hey, yeah, why are you so handsome, my guy?" And he'd be like, "Ah!"
What horror movie do you think you could survive, Blue? Monk ass. Did we lose Blue, Blast? Or Blast, can you tell me if Blue's in the Discord? We might have...
He is in the Discord. He's muted, but I believe he was saying he would survive Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. We have another question here from Sir Harmonic. Says, I just got my PS5 in. Aside from Ritual and Deathloop, because those are definitely on the list, are there any other must-buy PS5 games I should look for? If you haven't played God of War, I'd say God of War. Or Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. I love Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, if you haven't played any of those.
Keena's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Keena is cool.
Keena's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful, gorgeous game, and it's very Legend of Zelda-y. It's cool.
I have a question here from Lior. Says, hello, gents. Longtime supporter for you guys. Somewhat recent listener to the podcast. Name is pronounced Lior. Oh, Lior. Okay. I recently went through a hard breakup, and when you guys had an amazing outlet of stress, you guys have been a great outlet of stress relief. Wait, hold on. And you guys have been an amazing outlet of stress relief week in and week out. Okay. As listening to music has been difficult since the ex and I have a lot of memories pertaining to music, the depth of the conversation you guys have, the love you share with each other, and the comedic value you guys bring to the table has been such a help in what has been the hardest moment of my life so far. So for that, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Now for the question. Like I previously stated, I'm going through a hard breakup right now, and I was dating my ex. We were going to the gym consistently, but since the breakup, I've had a terrible time trying to motivate myself to go back. So I was wondering how you guys motivated yourself to go exercise along with eating better. I keep trying, but I keep failing short and actually following through. Question 2. I have been strongly considering starting therapy, but since I'm still under my parents' medical insurance, I'd have to talk to them about it first. How/have you would you guys approach that difficult conversation with your parents? Okay, I'll start with that one. We'll start with question 2. I hope that wouldn't be a difficult conversation for your parents, because your parents should understand that everybody should talk to somebody, and I'm sure your parents have probably talked to somebody in their life. So I'm sure they'll be super supportive about it. Just be totally honest and just be like, me and we broke up and I'm really sad and I think I would like to talk to somebody about it. That's not a weird. You're not like admitting any that's not bad. That's actually, they'll actually probably be more proud of you that you want to talk to somebody about it rather than keeping that shit in and, I don't know, potentially hurting yourself over it. So I would assume that your parents that'll actually be a way easier conversation and probably bring you guys, if anything, closer. You should be able to talk to your parents about that. What do you guys, if you guys want to?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully, your parents wouldn't I couldn't see a negative from talking to them whatsoever. Yeah, everything Rob said, I would agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, you have to self motivate yourself to do your thing. You have to want to be better for yourself. And I know having external help helps. Like if you're socially, like if being social helps you be better with that, like maybe look for a personal trainer, maybe like instead of just like exercising by yourself, maybe like join classes or something, or yeah, I mean, breakups are hard, but you're here on your own merit and by no one else's. So that alone is pretty impressive. So believe in yourself because you are capable.
Yeah, and then I would say with the first question, in terms of the gym, just think about why you started going to the gym originally, and just try and get back to that. And just understand you're going for the gym for yourself. You're not going to the gym for anybody else. You're going to the gym literally specifically to work on you. And who cares if you think people are looking at you or if there's other external reasons. The reason why you are at the gym is because you just want to better yourself. And if you just stick with that, you'll be fine. We have a question from Treyborn. Says, have any of you seen the new trailer for The Batman? If so, if it made you guys more hyped, less hyped, or about the same hype since the announcement trailer last year? I think it looks sick.
I think it looks sick.
Yeah. Probably the same hype, but I was super hyped for it, Probably just made me more hyped for it.
Yeah, I love it. It's set in the 90s, which I kind of like because that's when I fell in love with Batman, but it's very gothic but also a real. I'll be the guy that says I think the Nolan films are overrated.
Wow.
I like
okay,
yeah,
all right.
I like the Joker, Heath Ledger, but I think Christian Bale is just the god awful worst Bruce Wayne or Batman. So I'm excited for a new take, and I'm even more excited for the Flash film for Michael Keaton to reprise Batman.
I'm excited, but I think I am a little Batman movied out. So my excitement is not nearly as high as I think it should be, because we've just had a constant flux of Batman or Batman related movies for the past decade. And so I'm a little Batmaned out.
Yeah, I get that. As someone that in the when growing up, Batman was my number one, and it's waned not trying to make a Bruce Wayne pun. It's Wayne down.
Nice.
Like
Nice,
it's been going
Bless.
down. It's been waning, and I have all the faith in Robert Pattinson and Michael Keaton to like do their best in the upcoming films. But yeah, I would like to be proud to love Batman again.
We have a question here from Blemish. It says, you and another Dream Team member having a chance of surviving against one of these classic horror icons. Jason, Freddy, or Chucky. Which one do you choose and who's your partner?
I would choose Arios and meme with
Oh my
Chucky.
god. Arios would murder.
I would choose Versus because I think Versus understands horror. You know, he's been playing a lot of horror games, and I think he would be able to keep his cool and keep a good, calm head while I'm freaking the fuck out. And I don't know. I think I guess I would go, God, probably against Jason because I think Chucky's the scariest, and then Freddy Krueger, I would like to sleep, please.
Can I change my monster to Roberta Paulson?
I hate you.
I don't know. I feel like I would lose to all of them, but if I had to have someone on my side, probably Arios. Arios would win in a physical fight against all of those people. So
He'd protect, yeah. He would punt Chucky. Let's just be honest.
he would punch Chucky, dude.
Crystal asks, what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? Oh, soccer.
Pretty much all of
for
them.
sure. Soccer, because soccer is all about balance and like agility and all that kind of stuff and stopping on a dime. It would be so funny to watch like professional athletes like just have to be super hammered for a game and just see how that goes.
For me, it would be pole vaulting.
Oh my God, someone's dying. Well, that's one's like the most dangerous one. Or what's that? The javelin throw. Javelin throw.
Okay, that would be insanely dangerous. Put it on ESPN, baby.
Actually, I think the most dangerous one would be baseball, dude. Like if someone's getting
absolutely.
hit in the face with a ball.
They have to
or
make
a bat.
contact first, you know? Like
True, but
I think there is drunk softball. It's called beer leagues. All my friends do it.
I'll stick with pole vaulting.
What are you doing, Blue?
Any of them.
Okay.
Any sport with alcohol is better.
Shredden asks, as it's spoopy season, do you guys have any scary stories originating from your hometowns?
Oh yeah, I have ghost stories.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't. I don't believe in like I don't. It's not that I don't believe in ghosts. I just always believe that there's a reasonable explanation that comes with every kind of story that there is. Let me hear you, Bless. What do you got? Or because you're over there like.
I'm gonna let Bless finish. So in San Antonio, we have the tracks, and the tracks.
Whoa.
The lore is a school bus was hit by a train, and so what the
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the tracks here in San Antonio, baby. So the tracks, what people like to do to spook their kids is, or anyone really, is like when you drive by, like when you put your car on the tracks, because there's no trains go on those tracks anymore. The ghosts of the kids will push your car across the railroad because they don't want you to get hit by the train.
And if you put baby powder on the back, you're supposed to see fingerprints of them like pushing you out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my hometown. I have been to the tracks. I was really young though, but the tracks are very popular here.
Yeah,
Rhab, I'm sorry. Okay, Bless, hit us with it.
So I have multiple firsthand ghost stories, and you can call me a bullshitter all you want, but I know these happen. I guess like the most unexplainable is I was working at this radio station, and the store led out to the parking lot. And what happened was is like all like the important people on the first floor would leave through the store because they would be parked there. And right above it was the general manager, and the general manager said, "Do not ever open that door again. You know, the wood's rotting around it. If I hear that door open, I'll know it and I'll fire you on spot," because she was like that. And so we were in the room where the door is, and the outside door is locked, and it's a push door. You know what? Like you push it in, that unlocks it, and you can go out. And one day it just magically just opened. And I'm talking with force, just like boom, and like stayed open, like someone was holding it. And like my rational thing was like, oh no, they're gonna blame me for opening this. I'm gonna get fired. And then the second thing is like, oh my god, like and there was someone else witnessed it. I'm like, well, I'm not nuts, and I don't want to take up all the time, but I do more. But yeah, yeah.
That's pretty spooky.
That is very spooks.
Johnny Krumer says, I got a question for Bless. I'm very curious, what is the voice acting process from beginning with the auditions to the end when the project comes out?
Sure. So it's different for everything. I'm very fortunate enough. I recently got representation in LA with an agent.
Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, dab, dab. And I also recently got into the talent roster pool for Pateron 5000, which is owned by Christopher Sabat, aka the voice of Vegeta. And so with that, they sent me an audition for a game. And how it works is, if it's LA, I've always gotten something where it's like, hey, you have less than 24 hours to do this thing. And, you know, you go in the booth, you record the thing, and you email it off, and you send it, you forget it. And then hopefully, if you are selected, you get a call by, you know, whoever's doing like the casting or your agent, and they'll be like, hey, this is when it is, and hey, recording is in April. Can you do that? And then you lock it in, you put it in your little calendar, and then you can record via your booth if you have a good studio built in, or you go to a local sound booth and they dial you in. And that's usually how it is. There's like a game that I was lucky enough to do that won't see the light until, I don't know, like next summer, but the voices has been done for months. So you voice it, you send it, and you forget it, and they're like, oh, that's out, that's cool.
GZ on representation, bro. That's really. I know that was really.
Huge.
I know that was something you were really trying hard for a long
Thanks,
time.
dudes. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was my goal this year.
Estra says, genuine life question. So I work in the service department of a car dealership as a porter, basically doing a 2-person job. I've been here for about 5.5 months and was curious the best way to approach my boss for a raise.
I've made a PowerPoint in the past. So I have made some pushes. Granted, it was radio. And so I was the most nervous when I was working in Virginia Beach, and I made a PowerPoint of like, hey, this is everything I do. This is and why it was so important for me to have that raise. And that's what I did. And like, yeah, it's a little bit cheesy to have that PowerPoint, but again, you can just print it out. And the worst thing you can do is like, hey, boss, you busy? And then most likely, yeah, what's up? You know, like, hey, I just want to say, like, hey, could I have 5 minutes? He's like, I'm really busy. And maybe you like try to plan that so you at least have that face-to-face time. But yeah, I know it's Mimi, but PowerPoint, man, put it in there, because that also gives you the reassurance for you to, you know, put your best self out there, and don't feel bad about bragging about yourself, because no one else is going to brag for you.
Yeah, I've never really asked for a raise, so.
Same. I've never asked for a raise.
Noah is gamer says, second question, but I posted the first one a week ago. What is the biggest hurdle that you three have overcome as content creators? I think one thing I've overcome is I used to have my viewer count like literally like opened the entire stream to the point where like it was like the only thing I intentionally like looked at, like, and would dictate if today was a good stream because of it or whatnot. And thankfully, over the past couple years, honestly, I've learned that just focus on the people that just have your chat open. You know, like I'm lucky enough to have people in the chat who just want to interact. So it's like I'm not really focused on the people that are not leaving the stream and all that kind of stuff, but rather focusing on the people that are there. I think that's the biggest one that I can really think of off the top of my head.
I think the biggest thing I did is like I don't stream very often or make content as often as I should, right? But when I do, I used to just never want to do it because everyone was so obsessed with numbers. And people aren't as anymore, right? But everyone was like numbers. People would compare their numbers to other people.
Yeah.
You know, my friends would compare their numbers. Everyone from Dream Team would compare their numbers. And it would just make me not want to do anything because it's like, okay, well, these people are comparing my numbers and like I'm not even looking at my numbers, right? So then I start thinking about my numbers. And so at that point I was like, you know what? Nobody's opinion matters on what I'm doing but mine.
Yep.
I have to
So
echo that so hard. Yeah.
so I so when I do stream, right, I don't think about anything but like what I'm doing, what game I'm playing, if I'm having fun. I don't look at my numbers. I don't look at anything because I never did before. And so it's like no one's running my stream but me. So if anyone has anything to say about my stream, that's their problem. They can keep it to themselves.
I agree.
So that's the biggest hurdle I went over. The second hurdle that I'm probably never going to defeat is my brain being healthy enough to say today we're going to stream. But that's less a stream thing and more my brain.
Yeah. What would you say, Blast?
I definitely have two things. I think for me, I remember like how you would say like, "Hey, today's a good day." If you know this number was hit. Back when I was on the YouTube grind, I would like pull up Social Blade, and I'd be like watching like, "All right, so yesterday we had 100 earned subscribers. Oh man, we're only at 75 today. We need to kick those numbers up." And I was like, "I live by the numbers, die by the numbers" thing, and I like it's not to anybody but myself, just because I was like, "Oh, if I don't hit this, I was a failure." And that's why like when the pandemic really hit, that's why I like fell in love with Twitch, just because it wasn't like I didn't think about that stuff as much, and I kind of let YouTube slip. And the other thing that made YouTube kind of slip for me was just because I never wanted just to be just a Destiny channel or anything like that. And I'm very grateful for people that found me through it, and I'm very grateful for the game, for me, and what it's done for me, friendships, and YouTube, Twitch. However, it really did burn me out of like how much it was just like you live and die by this game, and that would spill over from YouTube, that would spill over from Twitch. And I remember, I think it was the Byleth reveal for Smash. Waking up at 9 a.m. You're streaming, and I remember so vividly. It's just the start. You hear like the Smash logo opens, and I remember just seeing in chat, "Why no D2 weird champ?" And it was authentic, like that. It was no meme, and I was like, man, I played 99% Destiny, and I'm excited for Smash, and you're upset. And after that, that's what made me resent Destiny, is just the people that was like, you live and die by that game. And after that, that's what pushed me away so hard from Destiny. And I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do, and right now I'm going back to Twitch and viewing it more as a hobby, and I'm very grateful that voice work is picking up. And I work 8 hours in the booth, and then I stream on top of that, and I'm just lucky to be able to do what I do.
Blue, I'm gonna let you know. 25 minutes till the Team Liquid Naruto drop.
Dude, I'm literally already looking.
Okay, I was like, maybe Blue will want to know, because I'm think you copped like the last one.
Yeah, I caught the last Naruto drop, so I'm
like,
already on the page, baby.
Yeah. Lil Risque asks, what was the worst Halloween treat you've ever received, and why? Mine's a chunky bar, raisins. Get them out of there. There used to be a neighborhood that I lived in that a family gave like religious cards. Like it would, that's like easy. Like I remember that shit pissed me off. Like
The worst thing I got was an apple.
You actually got an apple?
Oh yeah. That happened way more often than you think. Yeah.
I got like toothpaste one year, I think.
Oh,
from the
I've gotten
dentist.
toothpaste before as a kid. Yeah. Actually, I'm not too mad about the toothpaste because it was used at least. Oh, that apple was 8, I'm sure. Actually, no, probably not because I'm like, there's a razor blade in there.
What about you, Blue?
Worst, probably. I literally got an apple one year, and I was like, "The fuck is this?
And you
The
can't
fuck are
trust
you
it
doing?"
because it's like, like you don't know what's been done to it. Like it's someone
Exactly.
done to it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just,
And then it's like at the same time, I'm not eating a fucking apple, dude. I ended up like just tossing the apple before. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was actually angry. I was a kid too, so I was like, "The fuck is?"
Red East High, they ask, most and least favorite household chore.
Most
My
favorite.
folding clothes.
God, I fucking hate laundry, but I think I hate doing dirty dishes more. I just hate wet food. Like, I don't like touching wet food. I'll gag. Like, if
I get that. I know for food, like if I like with Sophie, I cook a lot, and so for me, it's just like I would just like quickly do the dishes quickly right when I'm done, and then that way it's done, and I can enjoy the food, and that's done.
what about you, Blue?
Favorite chore. I do like folding clothes.
You
Do you like it?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something kind of therapeutic about folding clothes. Least favorite
wish
chore
I
is
felt
definitely
that.
washing the dishes, dude. I fucking hate washing dishes.
Yeah, I guess my favorite. I guess like it would be one I don't mind that a lot of people do mind doing. I don't mind cleaning the bathroom, like cleaning the toilet. Like I don't mind doing that. Like, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it'd be one where it's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like, sure. If it stops me from having to do the dishes or something like that, sure. I don't think it's that bad. And guys, that will wrap it up for episode
Dude.
the Patreon questions, and it's literally perfect timing. Bless, thank you so much for filling in for
Bless,
Mr.
you are a
Fruit. You
champion.
honestly might just you did it great. You knocked out. We might just replace Mr. Fruit with you now.
Hell
You
yeah,
might-
dude. Yo, just call me Mr. Vegetable. No, but honestly, it's always an honor when you guys ask me to do this, and I'm very thankful for you guys.
Where can
Thank you for
people find you on Cosmic Couch?
You can find me anywhere at cornhub.com. No, you can find our podcast, the Cosmic Couch Podcast, anywhere that podcasts are available and on YouTube.
Okay. You guys can find me everywhere at Feel Better, Mr. Fruit.
You guys can find me everywhere at Dork Shadow NSFW.
Oh. Appreciate you guys listening to episode 106. We'll catch you on the next episode.